This is gonna be like a video about my statue collection, right? So statues, Marvel, DC, video games, assorted statues, right? And please like, share, subscribe. I'll share the video all over. This is my second channel. I have a first channel, right? Vortex Nicholas 4. So yeah, here we go. First one is going to be Superman. This is Superman, a classic looking Superman, right? Very cool. This is probably like one of my favorite statues right here, right? Superman, like he's about to, it looks like he's about to fly off, right? But he has this very cool cross the arm pose, right? A very cool the symbol, right? It's a classic brief, right? Is there, right? Lots of detail too. Like in many of these, there's lots of details, right? In their abdomen, in their biceps, triceps, and all that, right? The only thing with this one, the cape was very loose. The cape was somehow loose. Like when I got it. But yeah, that's Superman, right? Yeah, next one is going to be Iron Man. I have Iron Man here, which this is my most recent one. This is from the Avengers Endgame Iron Man, right? A very cool looking. This is from, it's exact same model, right? So I believe it was a Mark 85, right? That was in Endgame, right? And yeah, so he has the blasters here. These are very sharp, by the way. These were very sharp, extremely sharp, right? He has the blasters. I had to put like a band-aid over this because this one here, right here, is very sharp, extremely sharp. So yeah, Iron Man Endgame, very cool looking, right? The only thing is that like the arc symbol itself could have looked better. Like if you see it in person, you'll know. But yeah, very cool. Next one is Aquaman. Classic Aquaman look. So it is the fish scale Aquaman. So this is, the fish scale, the classic Aquaman. The only thing with this one, there is no trident head, right? So there was no trident head. The guy that shipped it to me had no trident head. So the actual fork. But yeah, very cool, right? They even sculpted the water wave too. And yeah, I recently saw the newest Aquaman movie, which was very mediocre. It was very mediocre. It wasn't that good, but yeah, Aquaman, that's Aquaman. Batman, we have Batman over here. Let's come over here. We have Batman. Injustice 2 Batman. So this is the Injustice 2 Batman, right? It's just kind of weird because Injustice 2 Batman, you can have a ton of different looks. Due to its crafting system, you can craft so many different armor sets like for Batman. But this is default look, right? He's in, it looked like he landed like from like a glide here. Very cool pose, yeah, and these are very sharp too. These are very sharp. The bat symbol. I wasn't a big fan of this bat symbol, but yeah, this one does have a unique look to it. And yeah, the knee pads, right, the shin pads, everything, right. Very cool. His cape is very sturdy, so his cape is very sturdy in place, and yeah. Next one over here is going to be Bane. We have Bane over here. Bane. This was my first statue. Bane, right? So Bane is super buff, muscular, and those. He's on the asteroid Venom, right? He has a very cool pose, and he's holding, the bat cowl. So this is the bat cowl. I believe it was the 1970s Batman that had this blue cape, and yeah. So Bane, lots of detail here in the biceps and the muscles, right? He has a mask on. He has these are like the valves or whatever, or the, these are what's, as applying like his body with a venom, right? So yeah, and everything, like in the boots, like he probably has the most realistic looking boots, like for any statue at this size, right? For some reason, it's the BVS Batman symbol, which looks very cool. So yeah, he's basically taking on Batman. So yeah. Next one over here is going to be the Flash. One of my favorite statues right here, the Flash. I was looking to see if I found like a bust bang for him, but the Flash bust bang, I was kind of ugly. But like he has a very cool statue here. Like he's running, so he's running on water. So a water sculpt, just like Aquaman. So he's running on water, right? He's about to take off. A very cool looking pose. He has the a Flash symbol, right? He has so yeah, a very cool running pose. His foot came loose here, so his foot, basically what happened is, like his foot had to be glued back on because his foot came loose off of the water wave. That's the only thing what's keeping him on the wave itself. is, like the heel and down here. But yeah, very cool. Very cool. Next one now is going to be, let's see here, the scroll. I'm not sure if this is. I think this is just like a scroll. So the scroll, right? So from a Marvel Comics, the scroll can shape shift. He's in like this, agent pose. So he has this alien gun, and yeah, he's very cool. He's on something here, some sort of generator or alien technology or whatever. I like his ears. So his ears. They kind of look like orcs. So they kind of look like orcs very much. But yeah, the scrolls, they can shape shift. This is a more classic scroll where they had the purple, uniforms, right? And they're the Fantastic Four villains, right? But really, over the years, they fought the Avengers and so on. So yeah, that's a scroll. Over here now, we're going to come over to Emma Frost. We're going to come over to Emma Frost. Emma Frost, so this is one of my favorite ones as well. Emma Frost, she has the cape, or like this, a cape blouse or whatever. It's, a very cool looking, right? At a high heel. She's standing on like a sentinel finger. So, a sentinel was destroyed, and, she's standing like on the figure. She has the X-Men logo here. She has the X logo here, X-Men, right? And yeah, this Emma Frost. I don't know much about Emma Frost, but I know, what does she have? Ice powers. She has ice powers. I believe she has, she kind of read minds as well. But yeah, I just love her cape. Like, I love her cape here. Like, it looks very cool. Like that, just that white cape, right? And yeah, we have here, this is the first video game statue. We have Kratos from the God of War 2018 saga. Kratos here has probably, this one had tons of problems, like lots of problems. It is a GameStop exclusive, so it's only, I believe it was only sold at GameStop. Kratos had tons of problems, like first of all, though, like his waist came off, right? He had problems like with his head. His head wasn't built on strong, right? But the sculpt, but the actual sculpt itself, it looks very realistic to the 2018 God of War look, right? He has the ashes here, like for the wife, and you can still see the Greek, the ancient Greek pantheon, a kilt here that he's wearing, and the knee pads. These are like for the a Viking saga, right? So the Viking age, right? So yeah, and I can't show you here, but the axe itself, like the Leviathan axe, actually bends. So like it will bend, right? But yeah, they sculpted it very nice, but he had problems in its sturdiness. It's not a very sturdy statue. Had problems like with his arm and head and waist, especially his waist was giving lots of problems. So yeah. Another video game statue over here is Cole McGrath from Infamous 2. If you guys Infamous, so he has the power of electricity. Cole McGrath, probably my Infamous 2 is probably like one of my favorite games of all time. He does disconnect like from his base, so he can't come off. And this is a slightly smaller statue than the other ones. He has the amp behind him, though. This was kind of hard to find. It was hard to find. This is an older statue. This is an older one. Tattoos here. He has a backpack here. He has, the base. He's standing. This looks like a rooftop piece he's on. So yeah, that's a Cole McGrath. Coming over here now, we're going to go over to a Game of Thrones. My only Game of Thrones statue is Jon Snow. So Jon Snow here. This is very rare. This is very, very, very rare. I got it, last 2 years ago on like a January. And like when I got this, I was so happy. Now, Jon Snow, he has a Stark armor. He's wearing the Stark armor. If you guys, I noticed he's wearing the Stark armor. So this is not a Night's Watch at Jon Snow. So yeah, so it's based on season 7 of Jon Snow, I believe. And yeah, he has a Stark a logo here, and he has all the different houses. So he has, you can see a lion, the stag, the bear, the wolf, I believe, is on the other side. But yeah, a very cool base. It is sturdy. It is sturdy. I wish my Kratos statue was this, sturdy and durable. But yeah, this is probably this is one of my favorite statues as well. It's one of my favorite statues. He has a sword too. What was the name of the sword again? I can't remember the name of the sword. A bear claw or something like that. A long claw. A long claw. right? So long claw. He has a holster. He has a strap around here, right? A very cool looking sculpt. A very cool. Next one is going to be, Yennefer from the Witcher series. So Yennefer, which I am selling. So Yennefer, so I had like a Witcher one, like a Geralt one. It's somewhere downstairs. A Geralt one, and then I had like a second Geralt, but it's not very strong. This is like a different brand than the other ones I showed. So so basically Yennefer, right? She has a base, a School of the Wolf base for the Witchers, right? She has the her stockings here. She has the boots, a very cool looking boots, right here, and she looked like she's planning something, right? And yeah, if you played The Witcher 3, this is from the Witcher 3 video game. This is the Witcher 3, the Witcher 3 Yennefer, right? Yeah, a very cool hair piece here and all that. Over here is going to be Black Adam. One of my favorite pieces as well. This is the classic Black Adam. This is the classic one. They do have a rock one as well. It's by like a different brand. It's like a GameStop, exclusive. So Black Adam here, right? He has the, this part here. He has the boots. They look very realistic, right? A Black Adam symbol as well, and yeah, the eyebrows. He looks very upset. It's very cool. I like when they put them like in a certain facial, expression, so you can see like their expression like on the faces, the fist, and all that, right? The Dwayne Johnson Black Adam statue is a little bit. That one is a little bit taller than this one, but yeah, this one, yeah, this is a more classic comic book looking Black Adam. So let's come over here to Doctor Strange. Like for its size, it is very wide. So Doctor Strange from the Multiverse of Madness movie, right? He has a cape. He has a cape as well, a similar cape to a Superman or Thor. But yeah, this one they added like a lot like to the background and the area, right? So yeah, this is like I believe this is like a sculpt of his magic spell, some sort of a protection spell or offensive spell. And this was his suit. I believe that was the Earth. That was the second Earth or whatever, like the Earth 2 version of Doctor Strange. That was his uniform, or I believe that was the actual Doctor Strange. I can't remember. But yeah, he has a cape. Lots of detail here, like in the what do you call this? Some sort of amulet. He has the amulet here. His eyes. He is a cross. They actually made his eyes like a cross eyes almost. But yeah, but the hair is sculpted beautifully, right? The fingers, the boots down here you can't really see, and through here is just glass. Like the actual sculpt itself is just a base sculpt is just glass. It's literally just glass, but a surrounding area here, like they did an amazing job with this statue. Storm. Let's go over here to Storm from the X-Men. Storm is probably the sexiest statue that I have, right? Storm. So a classic Storm, Ororo. She has like a white uniform as well. She has a white uniform. She has a cape. Her cape is huge. Like her cape is massive. I forgot like she had a cape, right? So Storm. This was so I got Emma Frost. So I wanted to get Storm. Which was last year I got. She has the boots here, the thigh-high boots, super sexy. She has the wind. They sculpted the wind around here. And yeah, so yeah, a very cool looking. And she did marry, wait, what's his name again? T'Challa. She did marry a Black Panther. So I believe this is like her. I'm not sure if it's like her Wakandan uniform. Well, yeah, the fingers, the cape. The cape is huge. Like I said before, the cape is huge, but super sexy. And the last one is going to be Geralt of Rivia. Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher series, right? A Witcher 3. So a Witcher 3 video games. He is missing some, like a sword. He is missing a sword. We have here Luke Cage. And the sword hilts here. And this one, again, was not very strong. It was not very strong. Similar problem with the Kratos statue. Pants, he has the boots. Right? He's standing like on a rooftop as well. Same thing too as a Yennefer. It's the same thing. This one, I was kind of
right?
Hard to find,
And,
right?
It's all one piece, right? So it's
Yeah,
all
it's kind of hard to find. I even made a little,
attached,
you know, a bullet
to his
holes here
base,
because,
right?
like a Luke Cage
So, yeah,
is
you know,
literally bullet.
lots of cool
bulletproof,
design here, like the
That's his
scar,
power,
the
like,
scar in
he's
his
bulletproof,
face. You can
he's
see
super
like
strong.
the pupils he
Yeah,
has.
so Luke Cage,
You
one of
know,
my
he
favorite
has some,
statues
you
as
know,
well. It's probably like my top
attachments
5.
here,
It's probably
you know,
my top 5.
on his, you know, a shoulder
The
here,
face
and,
too,
you know,
like it's
waist
sculpted
here,
perfectly,
you know,
right?
his,
In his
a
eyes,
satchel.
the nose, the mouth,
And yeah, he has
right?
his
A
hook, which is
jawline,
very sharp,
everything,
by the
right?
way. It's a very sharp
And
hook.
yeah, he has a hoodie
But yeah,
here.
that's
He has a
Geralt.
hoodie, and yeah. Looking to see if I found, they have a Daredevil, but the Daredevil one, the Netflix Daredevil one, it is kind of hard to find. We have over here, we're gonna come over here to the Jean Grey Phoenix, or the Dark Phoenix Jean Grey. They have the regular Jean Grey in the same pose, but the Dark Phoenix Jean Grey, she has a golden, she is, woo, damn, she is sexy. But anyways, yeah, she has the golden boots here. She has the golden thigh-high boots. This is, I believe it is the evil version of a Jean Grey, right? And not so much evil, but she's possessed by the Dark Phoenix force itself. They have the Phoenix swag on the back. This is cool. She has one of the coolest bases. She's able to take off, and yeah, she has the, you know, a ribbon around here, similar to a Black Adam. Similar thing to Black Adam. But yeah, she has a symbol. That's her symbol. Her eyes are white, so you know her pupils like are gone. She has no pupils there in this mode. Her hair, I like her hair sculpt. Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Starfire. She reminds me a little bit of Starfire, right? So yeah, definitely. And she has a glass. She has a glass base, right? She has a glass base. Even though they sculpted this is like a fire, the Phoenix Force fire that they sculpted here. But yeah, side is going to be Shazam. Shazam, which had problems. This one did have problems on its, in its, you know, a sturdiness. First of all, a lightning bolt that he's holding had to be glued on together, taped back together. It didn't work, so I had to tape it up multiple times, right? So yeah, the symbol, right? So the symbol, he has a very big symbol, which I like. He has a small cape though, however. This is a classic, it is a classic Shazam. So this is a classic one. Shazam, he has the boots, right? The, you know, boots, you know, of whoever it was, Zeus or whatever. And yeah. Lots of detail though. There's lots of detail, just the, you know, the lightning bolt. The lightning bolt wasn't sculpted on properly, right? And yeah, it is very flimsy. It is a very flimsy design. So another one now is going to be Killmonger. So Killmonger here from the Black Panther movie, by the way. This is the Black Panther movie, Killmonger. So, you know, the Michael B. Jordan Killmonger, when he, you know, hijack like a second Black Panther uniform, right? Or because like, you know, if you watch a movie, you'll know, you know, he became king, and then he temporarily gained the powers of, you know, a Black Panther. So yeah, he has he has the, you know, the necklace here, the Black Panther necklace. He's in like the golden design of the original Black Panther. Like in the movie, was in you know, like a purple bluish design, right? He has a sword, so this sword gave problems. That's the only problem with it. The swords are flimsy. You know, whatever this is here, it's African sword, but you know, like his swords were kind of flimsy, had to be glued back together, right? He has this seam line here. He has a seam line, so you know, like a seam line, like it's like a visible line. That's you know, that's not supposed to be there like in the sculpt. But the eyes were done very well. The, you know, forehead design, right? I like his pose. Though, the attack pose, like that is a badass though. You know, like he's on this rocky surface here. His base is a little light. His base is very light, so he will kind of become unbalanced, tilt over slightly. He is a part of him is heavier than the other part, which is kind of, you know, weird. But yeah, you know, a Killmonger, Black Panther.